What's going on, guys? Today we are going to be unboxing, setting up, and reviewing the Digger from the Home Depot's 2022 Halloween lineup. Now this prop I have been after for 2 years, ever since it came out in 2020, and I am super excited to have this one because this is going to be an awesome addition to my display for Halloween. And I couldn't be happier that it popped up on Home Depot's website on July 15th when everything went live. But they've continued to bring this back, and I'm so happy because this animatronic is truly amazing. And for the value of it, you get a lot of bang for your buck because this animatronic is only $200 and it does a lot. There's a lot of movement and a lot of sayings, and it's really awesome. So join me in this setup. I am super excited for this one. Now here is the 2022 version of the Digger from Home Depot, and I cannot wait to unbox this one. Now inside you have directions straight up on top of the box lid. You have all your directions right here on the box, and I do believe you can use the Built app, the same one I used for the 12-foot skeleton, the 12-foot witch. Most of Home Depot's props and animatronics are on that Built app, and you just step by step walks you right through it. But I'm pretty sure these are just screen shares from that. Here we got his head. Just look at this thing. The eyes are really cool. I really love his eyes. Try and get a good close-up shot of his face. Now I'm going to go ahead and just unbox all this stuff and then lay it out on the floor, and then I'm going to show you everything once it's all laid out. This is everything inside the box for the Home Depot's Digger. Starting from the right, you have the adapter, then you have his shovel, then you have his arms and his head, the main poles, his boots, his hand, and then his hand with the lantern, the main mechanism, which are, like I said, there's a lot of movements, the base, and then the bag of clothing. You also get directions too. You don't have to just use the app. Alright, so to begin, we have his base. The base has a shorter end and a longer end. You want the longer end facing outward. And then your poles is just going to be A to B, like usual, just to snap in. You snap these together. These ones snap on top. Then you have his booch, which is labeled C. These are not directional. They just drop down through. And then there's little grooves in the front, and then there's a hole on the bottom of the boot that keeps it in place. Next, we want to open up the bag of clothing. We need the pants. I have two. I do. I have 2 sets of pants. What in the world? Alright, so I guess it doesn't matter which way these go. Slide these down over. Next is his main mechanism, which is labeled E. Just like everything else, just snaps down in place. You can pull up his pants. Next step before we put everything together is going to be the adapter. Next we have his overcoat, which drapes over top of this, which might be kind of hard to do. Velcro some of this back up for the time being. On the front is the sensor, so we can go ahead while we're right here. Put this sensor in his chest. There's a hole in the front of his shirt. It's Velcro. So now his sensor's in place. The next one is G, which is his left arm. You can fish this up through. Now you can undo some of this Velcro so you can see what you're doing. It goes up by his shoulder here and connects into 2 holes. Next is going to be H, which is the hand with the hole in it. You can pull the sleeve down then, because that arm is complete. And then on the inside of the sleeve, there's some Velcro. Next is part J, which is the shovel. Now, I will say the shovel is of higher quality than the gravedigger I had recently purchased, the crouching gravedigger. That one's super cheap, so don't buy that one. Buy this one for sure. This is actually heavy duty. It's actually really heavy. And then on his shoulder up here is a piece of Velcro, and the shovel actually sticks to that. There's a piece of Velcro on the shovel. Next is going to be part K, which is his other arm, and this one has a wire because you're going to connect that other hand to this one. Slide this one in place up here. Make sure to keep your wire out of it. Now on the back of the right shoulder, 2 wires plugged together, and that is complete. We can go ahead and Velcro up the back of him, leaving the neck wires that are at the top exposed, because we're gonna have to put his head on. Next is going to be part L, and L goes into part K. Same thing here. Make sure you don't pinch your wires. Plug your wiring together, and then you can just stuff the wires up into this foam piece as far as they'll go, just to kind of get them out of the way. Pull the rest of the sleeve down on the top of the hand. There's going to be a piece of Velcro, and on the end of the sleeve, a piece of Velcro. Velcro those together. There we go. We are almost there. Next, we have his head, which is labeled part M. We have the wires back here exposed, so we can easily get to these. And plug in the black one to the black one, and the red one to the red one. Drop them down in. And here you can pull up the rest of the clothing. Get his head put down in there, inside of his shirt. There we go. Next is part N, which is his hat. Now on the inside of this, there's Velcro, and on the top of his forehead, there's also a piece of Velcro. Try and put his hat up here. Mess with his hair however you want. Just kind of pull it out so it doesn't look so goofy. But that's it. That's the gravedigger from Home Depot. He is all set up. We're going to go ahead, plug him in, give him a trial run. Let's see what this dude's got.
The gypsy woman said I'd be burying 4 bodies tonight. I've buried 3 bodies so far. I wonder. I'll get the hole dug and then we'll just see who gets to lay in it. Be careful where you tread. Some buried folks don't stay buried and are likely to grab you around the ankle and pull you down with them. No, I don't have to dig a grave for everybody buried here. I've heard that this place is a cursed patch of land. On Halloween night, the buried bodies will rise back up from the ground and reclaim the souls of others. I doubt that's true, but I'm gonna keep this shovel handy just in case. This place is filled with the bodies of those I've buried over the years. Why, some were even dead when I buried them. Others were the undead, and I had to bury them just to keep them quiet. They say this place is haunted. Oh, I've seen the spirits of the dead walking and floating above the ground, but that's not my job. No, sir, I put the bodies under the ground. Most of the time when I bury a body, they stay buried. But every now and then, one pops up and grabs you. You best run along before another one of them gets antsy.
Now, as you can see, this animatronic is really awesome. I truly, truly love this guy. I am so excited to have this one in my collection. I've been after this guy for so long. My neighbor down the street's got him, and I've always loved him since she's had this, and I was not able to pick it up when it came out in stores in 2020. And this year I was able to pick him up online, and I couldn't be more excited right now. Like, this is hands down my favorite animatronic for sure. Out of the ones I have, this is definitely my favorite one. I love all the animations it does. It has multiple phrases. Just the detailing they put into this thing. The face is all latex, so with these, you just want to be careful with these outside. If you're going to leave these outside for a long period of time, this will break down. So just be cautious of that. So if you're going to put it outside, make sure it's like covered up and it's not just in the beating sun, because this will break down. The hands and everything else, the hands are just kind of blow mold plastic. The shovel is all plastic, no foam. Same with the lantern, it's all plastic, and the little light in there glows LED with the flickering flame light. The eyes light up, and it's got some real deep green eyes, and the mouth moves, and he twists at the hip, and his arm moves up and down. There's just so much going on with this animatronic that I've always loved this guy, and I'm so excited to have this one. Versus some of these back here, they don't do near as much as this guy does. The only downfall I can say this thing really has is that when you button up the neck for the shirt, the mask comes out of the shirt and it just kind of looks goofy. So we're going to have to do some modifications to that to keep that in there. But other than that, this thing's awesome, man. Like, this is hands down one of the best animatronics, and Home Depot absolutely knocked it out of the park with this one. This one's definitely my favorite. I love this one. Just from all the weird, crazy sayings he has to his animation, his animation is definitely top notch. And just how they did it. He's got the old lantern with the shovel. He's like the undead grave digger, so he's not burying the dead, and he's after you to put you in the dirt and bury you alive. He's just massive. He's wide. He's huge. He's going to be an awesome addition to my graveyard this year. Just an awesome addition. I'm so pumped to have this one. This dude is freaking awesome. Versus the crouching grave digger from Party City, not so much. This guy is definitely awesome. He has multiple phrases and multiple movements, where the other grave digger has one phrase and one movement, and all he does is move his finger. That's it. This guy is the real deal. So if you're looking for a grave digger prop for your graveyard, this is the one. If you can get it on the Home Depot website, definitely snag it. It's still $200. So unlike Spirit, Party City, and all the rest that are jacking their prices through the roof, Home Depot is still keeping all of their products at an affordable price point, even with all the inflation and all the crazy stuff going on. Kind of makes you wonder if it's just corporate greed or if it's all inflation. Don't know. Home Depot is a massive company, and to be keeping all of their products at pretty much similar price points as the previous years, not much has went up. Even the 12-foot skeleton that's standing over here is still $300 3 years later. But this guy, coming back for the third time, he is still $200. Or I should say he's only $200. I don't remember what he was originally, but these price points are still affordable at Home Depot. So if you can pick him up, definitely pick him up. He was $200, free shipping to my house. It's taken a while. He was on back order since the 15th, and today is August 1st. He showed up yesterday, which was July 31st. It's been a couple weeks since I ordered it, and it finally showed up yesterday, and I just didn't get time to put it up. So today I've taken the time to set this guy up because I want to unbox it, set it up, make sure it all works, and everything is fine. If I have an issue, I can go back to Home Depot and say, hey, there's an issue. Everything's good. He works. He's great. He's awesome. He's going to be an amazing addition this year. I'm super, super, super excited to have this guy. So if you enjoy home haunts, Halloween prop unboxings, or just Halloween in general, make sure to click on the videos popping up at the top of your screen. for some more awesome Halloween content. Until next time, my name's Jordan. Thank you for watching.